Today we are going through what is going to be coming for SummerSong. We've had a special preview, but today we are looking further into the event. We've got a potential Fire Oasis rare Wubbox on the way, Elder Scaratar, our first Elder Celestial, and of course the Dawn of Fire updates as well. So keep watching, guys. We've got a lot coming this year, okay? Now, as I've just said, we have been revealed towards what is going to be coming to Dawn of Fire in the SummerSong preview, but we've not been revealed towards what is going to be coming in the main game. So let's go over what's coming to Dawn of Fire first of all. Inside of the preview, we've been revealed towards Gnarls and Hoola. I've not seen them yet, but I know that they are there, and I've been told what is inside of the trailer. But a mystery remains from the trailer, and that is which island is Gnarls going to go to? As you guys know, all of the Quints have been following through with their magical island connection. The magical islands share a connection to each outer island, and we've seen each Quint from those magical islands arrive to the outer island themselves. So, for example, we had a good old Tusky, my favorite Quint, mind you, who came on over to Cloud Island, and then we also had Bowhead, who was on Psychic, who then went to space. And following that trend, we are going to be seeing Gnarls, therefore, who was on Bone Island, end up on Cave Island. And Cave Island, what a way to end it, mind you. Dawn of Fire. These are the final monsters, Hoola and Gnarls, that we're going to be seeing on the continent and their islands. And wow, what a way to end it, man. Fan favorite Quint alongside fan favorite outer island. Now that's how you go out with a banger, man. Now, Gnarls is going to be going to Cave Island, therefore. And I've seen a lot of people as well commenting, since Bowhead didn't go to Party Island, is Gnarls going to be going there as well? I do admit Gnarls would also fit that Party Island atmosphere, but personally, I disagree that anything is going to be coming to this island now. Anything added to Party Island is helpful, but I feel like that island, it is going to be left to rot now. So we can leave that one to the side. Now, Gnarls on Cave Island, I believe this one is going to have to be a very delicately auditioned monster. Gnarls, when you think about it, it's not got these roaring, yelling vocals like what you see with Yelmo and Growl. It's much more of a delicate sound. It has such an epic factor behind it, mind you, though, to the point where, yes, it will fit Cave Island, but it has to be careful how we go about it. Now, when I'm thinking about how being careful, therefore, I go back to the frog sections when it's in the middle of the song and then the end of the song, like what you listen to here. So therefore, yes, I do think it's going to be going inside of these bits, and it's going to add that impact towards the song and give it that climax factor that we desperately need to signal the end towards these islands in a sense. And bearing in mind that these are the final monsters, let's talk about that for a bit, because it's honestly quite emotional. Most of my life I have dedicated towards the continent, and I can remember in my childhood discovering it, and now to see it end, it's really emotional, honestly, and feel like that is going to be an important thing to remember. But again, also, this opens the gates towards Dawn of Fire so much. We've been waiting years for this thing to end. It's been the longest going island in My Singing Monsters history, and seeing this end all of the outer islands as well, it's going to be so impactful. It's going to also give the opportunity for Dawn of Fire to do something creative now. Do something out there unrelated to the continent, the outer islands, and express it itself in a unique way and gain a lot more popularity, which is going to be really interesting to see, and also something that I'm desperately going to need to make some theories on, as I do have a lot of ideas for the future behind Dawn of Fire. Now, Gnarls and the continent as well. We have heard a bit of a preview inside of the SummerSong preview that you guys have seen too, but it's still largely unknown what it's going to sound like and where it's going to play, because we don't hear that inside of the trailer. You just hear a split second, apparently. So, not much to go off there. Basically, it was just there because of the leaks. They just revealed the designs. Those, unfortunately, were leaked, I'm aware. But Gnarls on the continent. This is the true one that is going to signal the end to Dawn of Fire's continent. It is the climax monster. It is impactful. It honestly is going to bring about this kind of energy that the island has never seen before. The monsters, they all sat down in a sense, but Gnarls has this energy, and it's the reason why it's the most loved Quint of all. It has such an energy about it that's going to really vibe very well with the continent song. Unlike Cave Island, where it's going to be quite delicately added, this is where it can just be itself. And that is where you see monsters truly shine, in my experience, like with Bowhead on Space. It comes through. Even going back to Bone Island Gnarls, people praised it, people loved it, but at the same time, I saw people feeling like it could have been a little bit better. But this is going to turn things around and do wonders for the continent song. And with it being the climax monster behind the song, the place that I would place it to matches up with that very well. It's the ending of the song. Take a listen here. Yes, this ending bit, this is where it needs to go. This climax factor behind the song is, well, it's just the end. It signals the end. It is going on to new beginnings, Dawn of Fire. Very, very exciting. And I could also see it play with Wubbox too if they want to do something there. Yeah, either way though, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I thought what Gnarls could look like. You've all seen the baby form. I'm putting it on the screen to shout out Riles because I've put them in the thumbnail because I can't see it right now. But also, they have made this cave island design. And this, yes, this captures so well this aesthetic that we need to come and see with this Gnarls design because we've seen it with Bohead, Tusky. I've been more excited behind the adult designs than the baby designs because they have nailed that Dawn of Fire style. Gave it that HD texture that I love to see from this game, and I'm ever so enthralled by. Riles has captured that so well. I love how they've captured the shrubbery amongst it. It reminds me of Epic Repatillo now as well. And the horns going from it, the flowers. Oh my goodness, I love the texture. Absolutely amazing work from Riles there. And besides Gnarls, of course, we are going to have Hoola. And Hoola, I need to have a stern talking to you. I have been trampled, bamboozled, and absolutely appalled by these seasonal monsters, Smoochel and Blabbit. We just forget they exist, okay? I don't know what went wrong. They are high-pitched, and I just have a few words for you, Hoola. Those words are... Don't chipmunk. Don't chipmunk. I don't want to see Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's not what I'm here for, honey. You just want to squeak and squawk, and Smoochel and Blabbit, they just took it so high. The pitch went overly too far with the baby format of the island itself and forgot why the song needs to be really important as well at the same time. So hopefully they don't do that this time, especially with it not being Dave voicing it this time. Hopefully they can batter around that a little bit more and be quite careful there. But Hoola, I do have quite high expectations for you now. I'm thinking about it because I think they will have listened to the feedback, hopefully. Now, Hoola in this case, it is a part of the Pommery, and with this being the end of the continent, what better way to have a monster edition as well in the favorite verse of the community too. The Pom-Pom verse with Cybob and Pom-Pom, that is the best part on the continent, and if we could have Hoola, I like to what it does on Air and Earth Island, go back to Pom-Pom and add some lyrics on top of it, that is what Hoola has been known to do all along. It is going to do that, and it's going to be awesome, hopefully. I've also heard that apparently Hoola has some English lyrics inside of the continent song this time around, according to the trailer. I'm not all too sure on that, but that's exciting too. If it does, maybe it can match up with Pom-Pom in a really unique way. I'm super hopeful behind this. It's so awesome. And thank you to Riles for the thumbnail Hoola as well, so I don't have to get spoiled. Now, as well, going back to MSM now, this is also a very exciting topic that we have to discuss. We have Elder Scaratar, our first Elder Celestial coming along. And honestly, these are going to be really cool once more again, but they are also going to be quite hard to obtain. So with the Elders this time around, we're probably going to have epics inside of the inventory, and also you're going to have to complete the inventory behind the young and adult forms to even encounter the Elder one in the first place. I'm thinking they might add an option maybe to have an inventory just from the young form all the way up to the Elder, but I'm still quite curious towards how they're going to handle this. It's a new thing completely, and therefore we don't completely know how the mechanics are going to work, but I'm going to put my opinions forward today. I feel like the inventory behind these, it can't be as hard as what it could be. I feel like this needs to bear in mind that we have still completed those two inventories, and therefore be maybe as hard as the adult in terms of the inventories that it has, but rather than the res, replace them with the epics. This is the best solution in my opinion, because we don't want them to be overly too hard and impossible to get, so I feel like they do need to bear that in mind this time around. But the most exciting thing to me is how they're gonna take the Dawn of Fire's Starhenge designs and put them inside of My Singing Monsters. These designs are going to be so hard to get, and I have got to say, I think therefore they must redraw them in the MSM style in a really unique way. And this takes me back to Likewise fan made this one, Mimic in the MSM style. Before Mimic came out, they made this wonderful art, and this captures what you can do with the MSM style when it is brought up to the rafters, and this is what we really need to see with the Elder forms. You need to ramp them up, and you need to give them that stylish flair, like to when I see the adults inside of Dawn of Fire, like I was saying for Gnarls, I just feel it, and it's so awesome. I need to feel that for the Starhenge monsters coming over to Celestial Island. And I also feel like with these elders, they absolutely need to nail the lore, because we've already seen these designs. So the bios, unlike the adults where they were just describing the designs overall and where they might get their little subtleties in their designs from, they need to nail the lore behind them and why we love the Celestials in the first place. The Celestial powers, each one, Syncopact's ability to bend time, Galvana's ability to create monsters, all of these unique powers. Go and watch my theory video I made a long time ago on Celestial powers if you haven't, but these powers need to be embraced inside of the bios and speculated on how they affect modern day lore. What are the monsters doing? How do they resume their status as monster overseers over the monster world? How is this going to affect it? Because since Celestial Ascension, when I was saying, oh my goodness, the lore ramifications of this are going to be insane, we've not seen that. And I think the elders are finally, hopefully, going to be where we do see it. Otherwise, let's be real here, the bios are going to be boring. So we need that, okay? And for the design behind this, I have got Raw Zebra's Elder Scaratar design up here. They have, oh my goodness, they have nailed this. I saw this and I just was blown away. They've animated it as well, really showcased here what we could expect from Scaratar in the MSM style if it was to come along. And this kind of a drastic measured change is the kind of thing that we need to see it. I feel like we need to go as far as Mimic's design with Lycos though to really make these feel special. But it is interesting thinking about what they are going to do to make these special in the first place. And also the animations must be absolutely amazing. I feel like there's a lot of anticipation towards these to make them outstanding, and we need to do that with these. And beyond that, we have some in-game teasers as well to take a look at. I must say, we never get in-game teasers. So I was so excited when I saw these. We have, first of all, the teasing SummerSong Down to Earth, this promotion here, with looking in the background at where we usually have a costume place. Now, this one, I feel like that lots of people are going to be wondering what this is. I can't really look because I'm trying to be aware of spoilers for Hoola and Gnarls at the moment. But these legs, they appear to me to be upside down. This seems very typical antics. Maybe it'll be revealed in the SummerSong trailer why this is, but he's done a 180 here. Bottle flipping guy. Wow, you are absolutely spectacular. This is why we love you. Now, this costume too, although it is, you can see from the legs, if you flip the design over here, it does not have the boots that has. So, depending on the design here, I feel like it could get quite wacky, which is what you'd expect from SummerSong, honestly. Let's have a look at this next one. We have 50% off Humbug here. Humbug's doing a diddy dance at the bottom. We love you, Humbug, but to the side as well on Ethereal Island. This is where the teaser comes in. But do bear in mind it's on Ethereal Island. We have some goo at the bottom. The goo at the bottom here doesn't really resemble anything that we've seen in the main game. It's ooze, it's flickering. It looks like it has unique animations going from this. But what do we know is coming specifically to Ethereal Island? We know an Epic Ethereal comes every time. And these Epic Ethereals, they are really hard to get. So we expect really unique designs. And this one, I think it takes the cake maybe for being the most unique. I do think it is an Epic Ethereal this time around, not the Poison Quad. Ethereal Workshop's Poison Quad, it is not coming yet, guys. The Poison Quad can wait, but for now, I think this is one of them. So which ones do we have left to come? Well, we have Epic Ethereal, Kazillion, Dragong, or Thung Prey on the way. And out of all of these, it's quite hard to work out which one it could be. I feel like Kazillion matches that vibe the most, but I'm actually going to go out there and do something quite outlandish here and say, I think it might be Epic Ethereal. When I look at the bulb on the back of its head, I feel like this could match this atmosphere at the back. It does seem quite weird though, because it feels like this has to have really unique animations compared to what they usually have, which does raise my eyebrows a bit. Is this something else? But I guess we will have to work that out later. And for what Epic Ethereal could look like, we've got Rocky the Repatillo's design up on screen, and I must say, this matches the promo so well. They have come up with an Humbug-themed Ethereal design. I actually feel like this could be real, man. The way that it's in the promotion, it definitely raises your eyebrows right now. I love the insectness behind this. It embraces Humbug with its mouth and Humbug's features, specifically with the headpiece there, and the huge bulb at the back reminds me of Bazinga too. I like the unique guitar. It almost reminds me of Nerve at the top there too. Overall, it's so awesome imagining that this could potentially be another member of Bazinga and Humbug's family. I'm really excited to see that aspect behind this, if it is real. because that would be awesome, man. And then going over to Dawn of Fire now. This teaser, this melted my heart, okay? You know my favorite Quintus Tusky, and at the bottom of this teaser, we have Tusky. Why are they here, though, on this 50% off Ice Machine sale? They are here because Prismatic Tusky is on the way. Come on, guys, we know that this is the teaser. And especially, why is Tusky here at the bottom, though? The Tusky is here because the Ice Machine resembles a mammoth-like creature alike to Tusky as well, so it is captured with this design, but I feel like it might go beyond that as well. If this is truly teasing a Prismatic, I feel like with it being based around a mammoth already, they could take this in the Prismatic stride, especially with Tusky on Cloud Island already having that kind of a structure towards it. They could have it be based on the Ice Machine and do something really unique with this design, which I would be really in love with. Different colored ice cubes match up to the Ice Machine structure. Really awesome, and I'm interested what they're going to do here. Maybe mechanical too to match the Ice Machine. And then going over to the SummerSong preview, I have watched the MSM update. I was sent it by wonderful Azure, but inside of the trailer, we have a few teasers as well. First of all, we have Tyson mentioning a new Play Your Part contest where you'll all be able to submit vocally. Sounds very perfect for Fire Oasis, so let's take a listen here.
Jen, I get that you want to play your part, but...
And also, at the very end, we have mainly a Fire Oasis poster, which is teasing something, of course, coming to Fire Oasis. But mainly here, I think it is the cover this for a new song cover that is going to be played inside of the SummerSong trailer next week when we are revealed towards what the main MSM update is, as we truly don't really have any confirmation what it is going to be in MSM for SummerSong this year. We usually do get a major update for the game with Gnarls and Hoola in Dawn of Fire, but what is left for MSM is the main question here. With it being based around Fire Oasis, inside of my Wubbox theories, if you've not watched this, go and watch it if you haven't, but I mentioned that rare Wubbox on Fire Oasis, even though we've only just got Wubbox, it would be a good time to add it right now because Fire Oasis, it matches SummerSong's vibe, and I actually got that right. SummerSong is going to be embracing Fire Oasis a lot this year, and I feel like rare Wubbox is going to be arriving to Fire Oasis, therefore. This is also further confirmed by a Wubbox promotion that is currently in game. This is for Galvana's month, but let's be real here, I think they are getting quite clever. Wubbox is stargazing at Galvana's constellation, and I feel like this might also be teasing it too, guys. I'm not really going to cover what rare Wubbox Fire Oasis might be because I've already done that inside of this video, but I will say just embrace your inner meme, okay? If Fire Oasis rare Wubbox does that, it's won everyone's heart. It will embrace the meme and be the meme. It will be a meme. Inside of a recent shot too, we see one of the monster handlers looking directly at what this new update is going to be about. Inside of this teaser, we see lots of glitch effects, definitely reminding you of Wubbox there, but the most key information that we see here is that it's quite a dark atmosphere. Now, I was on about rare Wubbox on Fire Oasis, but there's lots of anticipation right now for Wublin Island rare Wubbox too, so this raises my eyebrows a little bit. Still expecting Fire Oasis, but one of them rare Wubboxes is coming. I think it's more so now just a question of which one is coming. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like down below though, and let me know what you are anticipating for SummerSong as well. So excited to see Gnarls and Hoola. I can't wait, okay?